wasn't doing it for the clout. He was doing it to save our soul. Hi everyone, and welcome back to a new video. Y'all, I don't know if I like this setup a lot more than I like being downstairs. Maybe because I'm just really comfortable and I'm very content with being up here, and I don't really walk downstairs because usually when I film my videos, it's later. My kids are in bed and I've taken a shower, and I'm ready for bed myself. Like, no makeup, as you can tell. I'm in my oversized t-shirt, and as soon as I'm done with this, I'm rubbing my hair up and I'm laying down. So I feel like I like this setup a lot more. I feel like it's more one-on-one. So yeah, I don't know. I wanted to have like one of those setups where you have like the nice backdrop, da-da-da. But again, I really like this. I want to be a little different. Just a little bit different. Okay. So yeah. My hair is crazy, y'all. Like I said, I just got out of the shower, so we're not gonna worry about it. Okay, but anyways, let's get into today's video. As you can tell by the video, at the title, we're doing I literally lost my train of thought. But as you can tell by the title, we are talking about the fruit of the Spirit, and we are talking about kindness. I ain't even gonna hold you. Kindness is probably one of the one fruit of the Spirit, and I'm not trying to be cocky, I'm not trying to be like gloat or nothing, but kindness is one of the fruit of the Spirit that I have, and I am actually very grateful that I have it, because I don't want to ever be one of those angry, negative, nasty people. Like, I don't. And I had to have a conversation with God the other day, and I was like, look, God, why am I so nice? Why am I so like... It was just a conversation we had to have, because I have been put to the test and tempted, and I've dealt with a lot of negative people over the last few months, weeks, and it kind of like drained a lot of my energy. But at the same time, I tried not to let it affect me emotionally, and I still try to put on a smile to a lot of people. So yeah, but anyways, that's beside the point. Let's go ahead and get into the video. You know, I'm coming at you with a scripture, all right? And we're going to be coming from Ephesians 4, verse 32. Where'd it go? All right, and it says, "And be kind to one another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another, even as God in Christ forgave you." And I feel like that speaks a lot of volume, because how many times have we sinned and God has still forgiven us? He's blessed us. And let's just take a step back, because Easter was Sunday. I don't know when this video is going up, but I'm filming this video on a Tuesday, and Easter had just passed. So just to think about the things that Jesus went through and died on the cross for us. And we, like, the fruit of the Spirit literally are his characteristics. The fruit of the Spirit and kindness is his characteristic. Like, he was so kind and loving, and just all of it to go through the things that he went to and died on the cross for us, for me. And I'm amazed, and also just sad at the things that he went through, but also just so beyond grateful, because I am here because of him. Like, what? So when I talk about like me having kindness, I really just think like, because God did so much for us, why not show other people kindness, bro? Why not? So anyways, it's kindness is a fruit of the Spirit because it embodies a genuine concern for others, and I have that. Like, I hate to be like that, but I do, and I'm gonna tap a little bit more into it. But you have the willingness to act and help and love in a loving manner, okay? And it's not something that, sorry, my eyes itching. It's not something that is just put on for show. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of getting on social media, and I feel like social media plays a big part of people getting online and acting kind, acting nice, showing off just for the clout. I don't like it. That's crazy, because Jesus didn't put on, you know, like, Jesus was for real life that guy. Like, Jesus was for real life kind. okay? And he didn't have to put on. He wasn't doing it for the clout. He was doing it to save our soul. So, yeah. It's you having a willingness to act and help people and have loving manners. And it's just something that's instilled in you. And it really goes beyond just being nice. Okay, kindness involves tangible actions that show compassion and grace. And like I said, it's more than just being nice. It's literally waking up and smiling at someone, greeting them, giving them manners, helping someone out, whether that's physically or verbally, mentally, even a prayer. You don't understand. A lot of that can go a long way. And it's just, sometimes it's a simple thing, sometimes it's a lot. And I feel like it really shows. It really shows. It just, even the littlest things that you may do can change someone's whole perspective on life and whole perspective of you. In the Bible, kindness is linked to love and mercy, emphasizing the importance of treating others the same way with gentle and forgiveness that God extends to us. Lord, I cannot talk. Let me say that one more time. In the Bible, kindness is linked to love and mercy, and it's emphasizing the importance of treating others with the same gentleness and the same forgiveness that God has extended to us. And like, for instance, there was a time where someone had, I was at work, someone wasn't the nicest, and they have been actually going through a lot. So I can understand why they were so upset. And it kind of hurt me at the same time, because it's like, the person that I am, one, I'm very sensitive. I am a big baby, okay? I might shed a tear here or there. But I couldn't understand, like, how could someone just plain out be so mean and rude? Like, I didn't understand that. But at the same time, it's like I had to let it go because of the things that he's been going through. Like, I feel like he really didn't mean it. And, I had to talk to God, and I asked him, I was like, one, let me just pray for him because of the things that he's been going through. So I ask that you heal him, that you help him, that God handled that. Okay, and then at the end of the day, God just helped me to move on past it, because I didn't want it to allow it to affect my heart. And literally, like, the next 2 or 3 days later, he came and apologized. So it really shows, one, his character, and two, I feel like it shows me, because of the simple fact that I was still being kind. Like, I didn't let that, like, show outward. I know inside I was really like, how could he treat me like this? But at the same time, it's just like, okay, people are going through things. I don't know what they're going through. I'm still going to be kind to him. I'm still going to be kind to everybody else that walks through this door. And I'm not going to allow that to affect my day. So I feel like we have to just show gentleness and forgive and move on. Because, again, even if someone is coming at you rude, disrespectful, or mean, you don't know what they're going through. And even if you are, pray for them. Still show them some kindness, because your kindness can go a long way. And again, you don't understand, like, that could be the one thing that pushes them to continue to move forward. Okay, so I feel like a really good example of kindness can be found in the parable of the Good Samaritan. It's coming from Luke chapter 10, verse 25 through 37. And basically, there's a guy that he was beating, he was robbed, he was wounded, he needed help. And there was some people that walked past him on this trail and they were the people that you would expect it to help, like a priest or something. Like, they were the good people that you would expect to help, and they didn't. And then there was a Samaritan who seen him, tended to his wound. He took him to an inn, and ensure that he was going to be taken care of. And it's like, despite his cultural barriers and the social norm, typically that would separate these two men, the Samaritan acted out of kindness. He acted out of kindness. He did not allow anything to stop him from helping this guy. Okay, and that's shown right there, compassion and mercy. Because again, you don't know what all that man had went through. He took care of him despite how others would look at him. He made sure that he was okay. And I feel like that plays a big role into society today. The people that you would expect to help aren't. Okay, and the people that you would never in a million years expect to help are. You know, the people that you wouldn't expect to have kindness have a lot of it. And the people you would expect that should have more have none. Okay, they don't have any compassion or grace or mercy in their body. And that's crazy. It's crazy, but it's true. It's true. In our lives, kindness can show up in simple and meaningful ways. Whether it's having a listening ear for a friend or even a stranger, helping your neighbors with groceries, seeing someone in the store. I know for me, say someone drops something, if I'm there, you know, I would ask my kids to help pick it up, like showing them like to be kind. That is one thing I want them to understand is, you know, if someone drops something, someone needs help them, you know. One thing with my son, especially since he is a boy, he will grow up to be a man, to hold the door open. I don't ever walk off from him. He will hold the door open for me and my daughter, his sister. And if someone is coming in behind us, he will stand there and hold the door open for him. Most of the time, I don't even have to ask. He will do it on his own. And I love that because, one, that's showing him how to treat others and showing kindness. And a lot of times, you know, he gets the thank you, he gets your welcome. You know, he gets the person that's coming in or whatever the case. Like, they're showing kindness too. Like, they are showing their manners. They're being respectful or whatever the case may be. And I love that because they are able to see that not everybody in the world is bad. Okay. Other ways that we can truly have kindness show up in our lives is extending our forgiveness after a conflict. I know a lot of times that's really hard because we don't ever want to be the bigger person, but you got to understand that God forgives us every single day. So why not? I know for me that one is a hard one. I ain't gonna hold you. That one's a hard one. But I know that God forgives us. God has forgiven me time and time and time and time and time and time and time after time. So why not? Why not forgive? Forgive, move on, let things go. You don't want to carry any grudges or anything like that. So you gotta forgive and move on. Okay? By practicing kindness, we reflect God's love. Okay? And we create a positive impact in our community. Again, I don't know about y'all, but I live in a small community. So it's one of those, everybody knows everybody. And I feel like the more that I show kindness, one, the more that it's going to spread, the more that others are going to just see God's light shine through me. For instance, I didn't even realize the way that I was acting or even showing any bit of kindness, but I was in the office today and one of my fave students was sitting with me, and there was someone that came in, and I can't remember if they handed me something or whatever, but I was just having, you know, my regular smuggler conversation. Well, hi, thank you, okay, da da. And she's like, why are you so nice to people you don't know? And it was like, dang, am I? But at the same time, it's like, why not be nice to people you don't know? Why be hateful and mean? I asked her, I was like, why be hateful and mean? Why not be nice and kind and respectful to people you don't know? Regardless of how they may be treating you, you don't know what they're going through. And that's, yeah, you just, once you let it go and you show kindness and allow God's light to shine through you. Okay, so I have some reflection questions, just so y'all can go over them. I'll answer them, and then I want you to comment down below your answer. Okay, so how do you define kindness in your life? Talked about it before. talked about it throughout this whole video. Like I said, I love kindness. I love treating people the way that I would want to be treated. I love love. I love to smile at people. I used to really honestly walk around with like the stinkiest face, but now it's like I like to smile at people. I like to be kind. I like to say thank you. I like to say you're welcome. I like to hold the door open for someone. I like to help someone out, especially if I can. Like, I love that. So that's how I would define kindness. Like, it's having it in your heart and willingly want to help someone. Not doing it for the clout, not doing it for show, not doing it to get anything out of it, but literally just doing it at the bottom of your heart. Let me give you another example. We went to the gas station to get some stuff, and Mari found $6 on the ground. And I looked around, you know, someone had just walked out of the store, but I was like, I don't really know if it's his, you know, because it's a gas station. Everybody be in and out. So I gave it to the cashier, and I was like, hey, he found this on the ground. So we haven't been in the store for over a month. And we go back like a few weeks ago, and we had just got a few little snacks, you know, nothing too much. But the cashier was like, hey, y'all found that money, and no one has claimed back to claim it. I'm gonna use it to buy your stuff. And me, I'm like, what the heck? Like, thank you. You know, I didn't even think he honestly would. I mean, like, he remembers us because we, you know, we go there all the time. But we hadn't been there in like a month or so, you know. So it really kind of just amazed me, like, how kindness can really go a long way. Just by us turning that in. And I didn't do that to get the money back. I didn't expect nothing of it. I figured somebody walked back in and be like, hey, I got some money. You know what I mean? Or whatever the case may be. I did not think nothing else about it. But yeah, just like that, he was like, oh, I'm going to pay for your snacks. I'm going to use it to pay for your snacks. No one else showed up. It's just simple things like that. You don't understand how God can bless you in different ways. Just by you being kind, you carrying the fruit of the Spirit, you allowing His light to shine through you, it can go a long way. Okay. Another one is, can you recall a time when someone showed you kindness and how did it affect you? I would say that in that instance, Tim showing us kindness right there, it actually made me feel good because, again, it's like us doing a good deed kind of like paid it forward. There's been times where I've been like in a drive-thru and I get to the cash register and someone's like, hey, so they pay for your stuff, here you go. What? So now I have to pay. I'm like, you know, how much is the person behind me? You know, if it's not, like, who knows? If it's not more than what I got, you know, let me pay for them. Let me do something kind for them. I feel like that's just paying it forward. That's showing kindness, you know. Just little things like that I feel like can truly go a long way. And then I said, what specific act of kindness can you commit to doing this week? I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I really surprise myself on the things that I do because it randomly happens. Sometimes it's just like, do it for them. Just do it. You know, it's like, I feel like it's God talking to me. Do it for them. Okay, yes, sir. I'm not gonna tell you no. You know what I mean? So who knows how this week is gonna play out? I don't know. But yeah, that is kindness, the fruit of the Spirit that I absolutely love. I love a lot of the fruit of the Spirit. I think more so because I feel like I have them. And I know there's a few that I feel like I don't at all. And I'm working on it. Okay? Because I'm not perfect. We're still a work in progress. So yeah. But anyways, thank you guys all that have comment, liked, and subscribed. I truly appreciate all of you guys. I feel like I'm building my own little community. So I really like that. But again, thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm going to bed. I'm tired. I'm actually sleepy. So again, thank you so much. And I will see you guys in my next video.